wanted to be a ninja. I always wanted to learn how to flip and jump around like that. That cultural and kind of that musical kind of, part of it attracted us. So it really fulfilled kind of all three things that I grew up wanting to do. So the level that I'm at right now is professor, so teacher. I've been working with people for a long time. I've been teaching since 2001 is when I started teaching. And so with that came a lot of experience, trials and errors, learning from students as well. But I follow a general platform, but each one just depending on their efforts into their own training, I can help them and kind of guide them. I was a little emotional and whatever, so I'd get pissed off. And I'd be like, wait a minute, I just walked all this way to come out here to train with you guys and to do this, and you just want to cut it off and make me go home? I would get mad and I'd throw a fit. I'd be like, man, no. And I'd get mad, I'm not coming back, da 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 da, and just go off on all of it like a tangent, just whatever. Because I was disappointed. If I look back, I was disappointed, so I get pissed off. I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. Forget it then. You don't want to teach me, I'm not coming. But I would take everything to the extreme at that age. All right, fine, I just get mad and I leave. So after weeks and months of that happening, I come back to class and they're like, oh, Pimenta's here. Pimenta's here. And I'm like, what's Pimenta? Why you keep calling me that name? They're like, oh, that's your name. You're Pimenta. Well, what does Pimenta mean? Pepper. Pimenta. Why are you calling me Pepper? But he explained it to me. He said, when you're eating something spicy, once you're eating it, you're having a good time, it tastes delicious, it's great, it's great, it's great, it's great. But once you stop taking that last bite, it starts to burn and burn and burn and burn until you can't take it anymore, right? He's like, you're Pimenta. You're Pimenta Malagueta. You're the hottest pepper. Because anytime you get to do what you want, you're okay. As soon as we cut you off in here, you're just on fire. You get so heated. You're Pimenta. Grew up a little poor, without money, but with a lot of imagination. Had a pretty large family as far as people that lived around me, so a lot of love and support was always there. Just didn't have too much money to do any extracurricular things. So for me, just staying active, playing ball outside or riding the bikes and stuff, that was active, running, jumping over things, running around and kind of acting a fool at times. Didn't really listen to too many people all that much, especially grown-ups. They were like the enemy, It's just like I'm a kid, so let me be a kid. I was inspired to learn capoeira by, there was a movie that came out. The movie is called Only the Strong. The opening scene of the movie, there was capoeiristas on there, and I just saw two guys go and they threw a backflip at each other. And they went across, and then two other guys came across and did a backflip, and then all of a sudden they started throwing kicks at each other, but they weren't hitting. So it had this dance aspect, so that I was super attracted to it. One guy, he went, and at the end of the scene, he put his hand on the floor, and one leg just came up, and he did this freeze and held his leg and paused and came back down. And to me, that was the most amazing move I had ever seen in my life. I didn't watch the rest of the movie. I kept rewinding that scene over and over and over again, so I actually didn't even complete the movie on the first night. It took me a few days to get through it because each scene that then showed more capoeira or more of these movements and stuff, I had to go back and watch it over again. First, we have to go back a long time ago. Over 400 years ago, Capoeira was developed by the African slaves in Brazil. So the Africans that were then brought to Brazil were held in captive just like everywhere else. Slave owners or the people that worked out there would come by, they would change up what they were doing and just make it look like a dance. The Africans wanted to learn how to defend themselves and to revolt, have a revolution to be able to free themselves. From there, it then opened the door for capoeira and what we have today.
Like we said, second to none.
So I always dream about having your own dojo or your own thing. So the dream has always been there. Throughout the year, it's just being at different places, teaching capoeira, dancing and stuff. It just started to kind of show that path. Okay, one day I'll have my own space. For me, it's like, okay, this place seems like home for me. It's a little rough, drugs, abuse and violence and a lot of things that happen. But there's always great people that live here too. Unfortunate things happen in certain areas because people don't have choices and opportunities. And so for me, looking in this area, I wanted to start grassroots with my stuff, and for me to feel comfortable, I have to be in a comfortable environment. So it was home. So I found this place, opened it up, and I knew that I could relate. I told the owners and the people in the neighborhood what I planned to do when I was coming in here. I wanted to offer. I told them I did capoeira. Everybody had the same reaction. Good, good. Everybody was like, you know what? We need that around here. So for me, being able to watch somebody find that same fulfillment and happiness that I found gives me that same energy and that same rush.
Like to see him grow into this man and this teacher, this fantastic teacher, it's humbling. It's really humbling, like to be still training with him.
Not just straight capoeira, like he's not just a capoeira teacher, he's also a dancer, he's an artist. Like there's something about that I think a lot of people can relate, and it attracts them to this group.
There's no giga. Slow, guys. That's what I enjoy, is the community and people getting that same, feeling as I had, that same high, like, oh my God, I can't believe I accomplished that or learned that. And so that's my favorite thing about teaching.
I think that he improved not only in capoeira but in general in these things as a human being, and he's a good guy that has been doing a serious work, and I feel very proud of what he has done.
No longer about me anymore, it's seeing people grow and seeing myself in them, I think is what it is. Not the movements necessarily, but more the path and what it had done for me, seeing that happen for them.